Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I will show you a demo how to perform SQL injection using DVWA web application, damn vulnerable web application, right? So here I have a documentation. I will post you in the Blackboard, right? So first of all, we need to set the DVWA security to low, okay? The requirements are DVWA, SQL basic knowledge, and the internet. You also need to have a virtual box here, right? You need to have a virtual box. You need to have a Kali, and then you have a Metasploitable too, right? Metasploitable 2, okay? This is gonna be your victim machine, okay? Your victim machine, okay? And Kali is your attacker machine, right? We are going to access the DVWA using Kali in the Kali browser. So we're gonna access this Metasploitable. The DVWA is located in Metasploitable 2. So we are going to access this DVWA in here using Kali machine. We are going to use Firefox browser in the Kali machine to access over there. All right. So that's how we're gonna do the lab exercise here. So if you don't know SQL's syntax command, review your database class, just the basic command. That way you understand how this lab gonna be. All right. So without further ado, let me start with this one, right? So I'm here in Kali Linux, and I type this 56.106/dvwa/login/.php, right? As usual, I'm gonna put admin, and the password is password, okay? This is the hint, default username, admin, and password. I think by now you should have already know how to access this DVWA from the previous lab and previous classes. Okay, don't save, right? So here I'm going to put DVW security to low. All right, so now on the left hand panel, we're gonna type SQL injection, right? Since this is intentionally vulnerable, so let me show you some of this command, okay? I'm gonna put it here on my right hand side so I can see it. So now, if I put 1, here, we find an admin and an admin, right? If I put 2, we see another username, which is Gordon Brown. If I put 3, here, hack and share me, right? Well, the reason this is vulnerable because we put this DVWA security to low, right? If we see the source code, there is no sanitation here, right? As you can see that we have no sanitation. We need to do input validation, right? Therefore, if you want to enter to a cybersecurity, if you're coming from a programming background, they are usually in highly demand, right? Because a good penetration testing with the programming background or SQL background, they are highly sought and highly in demand, right? So I would suggest if one of you really want to be in the cybersecurity, try to learn or to get some experience in the programming or in the SQL. Okay. So I'm gonna close this, right? I'm gonna close this, right? Now, if I set the security to high or medium, this view source, we're gonna have input validation, and they already have a code that is being sanitized. Okay. So we're gonna talk about union, right? What is union in SQL? The union operator is used to combine data from the result of two or more select command, right? Two or select command queries into a single result set, right? This operator will remove any duplicate that present in the result being combined. Okay. Again, the union operator is used to combine the data from the result of two or more select commands queries into a single distinct result set, right? Therefore, this operator remove any duplicate that present in the result of combine. So let's do this command. I'm gonna click to apostrophe and then I'm gonna put or 1 dash 1, right? 1 equal to 1 and then dash dash, right? If I click submit, oh, we have an error here, right? So maybe I have a typo here. So let's go back here. Let me see if I need to have this. Submit the list. If I click this one, okay, I may have a typo. Let me see here. Okay, so it or 2 or where is the or 111? Okay, I need to put space, hyphen, and hyphen. It's supposed to be that, so I don't know why it didn't work. Okay, so let me see. I don't know what happened here. So let me pause this one a little bit. Okay, the syntax, I'm using a different one now, right? I'm using this one. Apparently, the or ones dash one, it doesn't work because for somehow the newer SQL, my SQL maybe is not compatible with the command. So we're gonna do some trial and error. So I'm here find out that this is the SQL injection. Percentage, quotation, single quotation, or single quotation 0, and single quotation equal to single quotation 0. Okay, then I click submit. If I click submit, this is what you see. So here I'm gonna make some changes on my documentation. So I'm gonna highlight this, right? Right click, copy, and I'm gonna change here, right? I'm gonna change this. So I'm gonna put that. So let's do the next one, right? So now we get all the username, okay? Let me see what's the next one that I'm gonna do, okay? After we do that, we're gonna find we're gonna use this instead then, because we have a newer version of that. We're gonna find using this query, all right? We're gonna find all the username here, a little bit more details, right? Let me see if I can use my old note here, because I have my old note here, right? Since Kali version and MySQL is always change it, right? This is my old one, it didn't work. So since this doesn't work, so I need to try with the new one, okay? So let me see if I can do this. To union select version function, comma, database function, and this is to find the operating system version and the database name, okay? So I'm gonna highlight this, right? Right click and copy, okay? Let's see if it's find out, otherwise I have to troubleshoot again. highlight this. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one, right? To union select version, I'm gonna choose the version and the database and click submit. Okay, here we go. Now we find out it's actually they don't find the version here, so I may have to redo this one again, right? Because apparently this new version of MySQL, it doesn't give me the intended result, right? So let me pause my video because it doesn't show the version here. Okay. It doesn't show me the version. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let me pause this one. Okay. Okay, so basically I want to mention to you because I just troubleshoot it. Apparently this command doesn't work, so I need to use this one, percent apostrophe or single quotation 0 single quotation space equal single quotation 0, or you can use this one, right? Sometimes the way that the SQL injection works, they need to use try to use a different command, right? Depending on the version of MySQL. That's why in this exercise we're gonna obtain the version of the operating system so we can apply the correct syntax on it, because sometimes if we have a misspell or typo or using a different syntax, it may not work. Okay, all of this documentation I will post this on the Blackboard. So let's try to find out the operating system and the database name. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one single quotation space or 1 equal to 1 union select 1 comma space version function and pound sign. So I'm gonna copy this one, right? Right click, copy this. I'm gonna run this here, right? Control V, right? Submit. There we go. Now I find the database name here, right? Ubuntu, the DVW, the DEM vulnerability web application is based on Ubuntu 5.0.51a. Okay, so now after we find that, let's find the database, right? The database name, again, I'm gonna copy this from my note, right? The database name is almost the same syntax, except I'm gonna, let me read it to you. 1 single quotation or space 1 equal to 1 space union select 1 select space 1 comma database function and pound sign, right? Space pound sign. Remember, this is kind of very case sensitive, not case sensitive, but the syntax need to be correct. For example, here I have a space here, right? So I'm gonna click submit. Now we're gonna find the database called DVWA. Okay, so we find the version and now we find the database, right? As you can see here. So let's find the table now, right? Look for the table, right? 1 single or 1 equal to 1 union select 1 comma table underscore name, right? Table underscore name, table name from information schema tables where table type equal to base table and table schema is in the DVWA, right? So I'm gonna copy this, right? I'm gonna copy this one, right click, copy, and then I'm gonna run this query over there, click submit. Now we find this user table and the guestbook table. Again, the syntax is very important here, right? So I would suggest that you type slowly and read slowly and type slowly here. So let me repeat again, right? 1 single quotation or 1 equal to 1 equal union select space 1, comma, table, table underscore name from information underscore schema dot tables, where the table type equal to base. Make sure you put quotation, base table, and table schema is in DVW database, right? When you copy and paste, that's what we get, right? That's the table, guest book and user. So now let's do the other one, is the column. Once we find that, let's find the column, right? We need to find the column. We just change the syntax here. Let me see. Right? Union select one column name from information schema column. Here I have a space, so I need to fix this. Where space table name equal to users, right? And then click submit. Boom, there we go. Now we do SQL injection, right? So we have a user column, password column, and avatar table. From here, we can crack it, right? Look at the source code, because there is no sanitation here, right? That's why as a programmer, if you are a SQL developer or you are a SQL programmer, you need to sanitize this input. There is no input validation, okay? As I mentioned to you earlier, if you want to become a cybersecurity professional and have a good background in programming or SQL, you are in high demand. So I would suggest you gain some experience of SQL or PHP, Python, or C++ or C#. Once you spend a couple of years in the programming side or programming department, after a few years, then you move to cybersecurity. Then you are in high demand. But a lot of people just jump into cybersecurity without a good background in the programming or developer, right? So I just share you my experience and my knowledge to you, so hopefully you can make a plan, okay? Success is a process. So there is no such thing like you jump right away, okay, to cybersecurity, especially in the senior level. You need to start from junior level, sometimes from the technician level, right? I also start from the bottom, right? Then I finally end up in the academia, okay? All right, so now we find that. So the last thing we need to do is to crack the username and password. So now we use this, now we find the username and password. We're gonna use this command, right? One quotation or one-to-one union select space user, comma, password from user table, right? And then pound sign, click enter, boom. There we go. Now we find this admin, right? Encrypted password. So we can use the crack station here. I think I mentioned to you before, right? You can use this crack station, I believe .net, right? Crackstation.net, and then you find the hash value there, right? So here, let me see. Since I do this exercise in the school, I don't know if we are allowed to use this one, right? Oh, here we go. I don't know if they allow you. So you can go to this website in your home. Yeah, they probably block me to use this because anyway, once you find this thing, you can always go to the crack station. Let me see if I can use this one, right? Crack station, station.net. Yeah, the application is blocked. Notice that access to the application you are trying is blocked by the company policy, right? So here we go. So here I'm not allowed, right? Because I'm doing some testing. I have to do this at home. Okay, so this why network policy is very important. Now I may get a red flag from the security office because I try to use their application. Since I'm teaching this ethical hacking in the fall and I'm prepping for the class, and I have to do the demo first before I show it to the student. So if you have any question, I can always answer you what's the issue. Okay, thank you for watching again. This video tutorial is for informative and educational purpose only. Okay, do not do anything that violate the state, local, and federal law. Okay, because we are here to learn how to defend our network, right? So I will post this note in the Blackboard. Thank you, and thank you for watching. Hope this video is informative to you. And I think next week we're gonna have an exam. So be sure you study thoroughly before you take the exam. Thank you and have a wonderful day, weeks, or evening. Bye-bye.